Shalom, shalom, shalom. Grand Rising, Oseo, Halito. All praises to the Most High. All praises to the God of Israel. How all y'all doing? I wanted to make another video yesterday, but I was just tired, y'all. I was so tired. Yesterday was a very eventful day for me, of course. The Pope, he gave up the demon yesterday, and sorry, I'm over here messing with this damn screen. But yeah, the Pope yesterday, he gave up the demon. And all praises to the Most High, all praises to the God of Israel for taking out that demon. But what we gotta realize, y'all, is that he is just one of many demons, that run this society, man. And I want to say shame on all the people who are grieving, who are saddened by the loss of that damn demon. And I pray that, people who are truly ignorant of that man's evil and the evil of the organization that he was a part of, I pray that y'all wake up out of that slumber. But I'm going to say this, though. I don't get it. I don't understand it. How we live in this age of information and people are still ignorant and not privy to how demonic that organization truly is. People like to compare the Pope to Christ as if this man, I don't get it. I don't see how this man can even be compared to Christ. Because Christ and his organization, it was nowhere near the Pope's organization. Excuse me. The Catholic organization couldn't even touch the organization that Christ was running. See, like I said, in this age of information, I don't understand how people can be so damn ignorant of the Catholics and their history. See, Christ, when he went out there and was evangelizing, when he was out there teaching and converting people over to the true understanding, he didn't have to beat people over the head. He didn't have to go and murder, rob. He was teaching the opposite of that. He didn't have to go and pillage lands and, burn down crops, burn down cities, destroy whole nations, ship people from one location to another, like how the Pope did the children of Israel, the remnants of Israel that dwelled in these lands over here in the Americas, right? Because the descendants and the relatives of Christ were those people who the Catholic Church destroyed. And it's like, even if you don't have that information that the so-called American Negroes have always been here in America, and you don't have the information that the so-called American Indians are the American Negroes and that we have always been here, and that the ancient nations, the biblical nations that we read about, are the ancestors of those American Negroes who are the American Indians. If you don't have that information, at the very least, with the bullshit information that they do feed us, you should at least know that the Catholics had their hands in everything. bad that happened here in the Americas and around different parts of the world. These people went to the Americas and brought destruction. They went over to Asia, went over into the Pacific Ocean and brought destruction. Yeah, y'all, I mean, if you're not privy to the history, I'm sure a lot of y'all heard about the show called Shogun. If you just even seen that show, you've seen the dirty work of the Catholic Church. These people were worldwide, even in Africa, spreading their demonic, destructive activities. So it's like, how in the hell can you even compare the Pope to Christ? When Christ was out there, he was feeding the flock, spiritually and literally. He didn't have to do all those evil atrocities to those people in order to convert them. He taught them. He fed their souls and he fed their bodies. That is what converted them. So how dare you people sit there and compare the Pope to Christ and compare the organization that Christ had to the Catholic organization? How dare y'all cry over this damn devil? How dare y'all cry over this damn devil? I don't get it. I don't get it. Because if you are sitting here crying and grieving over this guy, you're complicit. That's how I see it. You're complicit, guilty until proven innocent. That's how I feel. Guilty until proven innocent in this case. There's no way in hell that you should be crying over that damn devil. Especially, and you know what's even more mind-boggling with this situation is like the folks who attend these Catholic churches, especially the folks who've been attending the Catholic Church all their lives, and it's a generational thing. You know, their parents attended the Catholic Church, their grandparents, their great-grandparents, and it's like, how, Sway? How is it that you're so damn ignorant to the activities, the demonic activity that the Catholic Church conducts? Because I can guarantee you, majority of the people who go to these Catholic organizations know about the wickedness that goes on in the halls of those damn churches, those cathedrals. I'm sure they know about it. They probably even have relatives that have been victims of these damn people. We live in the age of information. We have the internet. We have websites like YouTube, TikTok, where people share their experiences. You can go to TikTok right now. You can go to YouTube right now, where people are sharing their terrible experiences with the Catholic Church, how they were assaulted, how they were, molested, and all of this other crazy stuff by leadership in the Catholic Church. I mean, this is well-known stuff. This isn't like some damn rumor. This stuff is documented. And these people, they get away with it. They get away with it. They get, I can't remember if it was this Pope or the last Pope who was documented as a damn offender. Assaulting children. If we're sitting here, we're okay with this shit? Y'all okay with this shit? Y'all still going and attending mass and all? Like, how dare y'all compare this man to Christ? How dare y'all compare any of the damn demonic popes and fathers and so on and so forth? First of all, you ain't supposed to be calling no man on this earth your father unless he is your actual biological father. Why the hell are you up here calling a man who you're not even related to your father when you only have one father outside of your biological father? Like, come on, man. I mean, there's this it's organized religion. That's what it is. That's what it is. And these people, they're slaves to it. And this is why I said, listen, y'all better wake up because y'all gonna be going to the same place that the Pope is in right now. Y'all gonna go into chastisements, man. If y'all think the Pope is chilling in heaven, like I seen some damn videos and posts yesterday where they said this cat he's in heaven with the Father. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I mean, I don't get it. How can a person be so damn delusional? I don't get it. Like, at the very least, if you don't know the history of the Catholics in the countries that bend the knee to the Catholics and the destruction that they brought worldwide, you should at very least know about the demonic shit that they were doing to children. You would think that you would at least know that information, and that would be enough to stop you from going to a church. Because look, let me tell you this: if I went to a church and I heard, a person after person after person after person saying like, yeah, this pastor is doing this to me, did this to my family members, such and such, it's a good chance. It is a great chance. It is highly likely that pastor is doing that, especially if you have several people coming out saying that they were assaulted. Well, damn. With the Catholic Church, there has been people, thousands, just within the past few decades that have come out about the Catholic Church. Let alone the past few centuries. Hell, it may have been going on for the past few millennia. Honestly, whatever activities they're doing today, they've been doing that shit since their inception. Nothing good about the Catholic Church at all. The Catholic Church did not become the richest organization for just sitting back and serving the Most High. No, if you go and read Catholic Church, done diverses, you go and read about all these damn ordinances and laws that they pushed out, and the power and the riches and the finances they gave to the countries that bend the knee to them, like France, like Portugal, like Spain and Italy, all these countries that bend the knee to them, they gave them power. There was nothing those countries could do without the damn Catholic Church. Nothing. So when they came over here to the Americas, destroying my people, my ancestors, and very well the ancestors of many of you who are listening, they did that under the Catholic Church, which is why when they first showed up, they planted their crosses. They planted their crosses on the land. They claimed it. They claimed that land. They claimed that land for the Catholic Church. So I don't get it how people are so damn ignorant. They up here pretending like this organization isn't the most demonic organization in the world. They didn't get rich on their own. They didn't get rich because of just hard work and just the Most High blessing them. They robbed people. All the riches that my people had in these lands, and all the riches from around the world, from all the other lands that they pillaged, sitting right up under the Vatican, man. Sitting right up under the Vatican. Yeah, these people, they evil. Pure evil. And I'm not going to sit here and forget what they did to my people and what they did to people all over the world. Now, I'm not sure if the Catholics run the world. I believe that they're they're just one of the heads of the snake with many heads, man. I believe that there are people who we don't even see, man. I know that there's people who we don't even see who are even above the Pope. The Pope is just the religious sector. The Catholic Church is just, I think, like the religious sector, and I think it's really a facade, honestly. You know, it's just their side where they pretend like they're good, they pretend like they care about people, but there's another side to it, another spiritual side that does not masquerade. It just does nothing but pure evil, 24/7. Because you know, the Catholic Church, they will at times, do like, they will donate. They will go out and they will have like little events and stuff like that. They will feed the poor and do all that fake shit, because we know they really don't give a damn, man. We know they really don't care. But what I'm saying is that I'm sure there are there's another spiritual side to it, to where there's just nothing but evil. They just probably have nothing but just their little demonic priests 24/7, probably serving their little demonic gods. Sorry, let me turn this damn sound off. I can't even find it. Just over there doing construction on the roads, and every time I hit a line, it makes that damn sound. So if I hit this button, it turns off for like at least like 10 minutes. But yeah, man. Pope, he is not in heaven. I can guarantee you, man, he is not in the treasury of light. He is not chilling with the saints. Y'all gotta be, that's so laughable. What fucking books are y'all reading? I need to know. I need to know, what books are y'all reading? Because y'all definitely ain't reading the Bible. Y'all definitely ain't reading the Bible, man. A lot of these people who think that they're spiritual, nah, y'all just religious, man. That's all it is. Y'all just religious. Y'all ain't reading the Bible. Because I'm telling y'all, every time, like just the other day, speaking of which, I was watching this debate between Gorilla Hebrew, and this was before the whole scandal, I believe, right? With Gorilla Hebrew. It was him, and it was Tazaria. I believe that's his name, Captain Tazaria. I haven't watched that brother in years, so that's why I can't remember his name like that. But I believe his name is Captain Tazaria, my SUPK. All right. Now, I don't mess with those organizations at all. Like, I used to rock with them way back in the day when I was, like a Super Brew and stuff like that, but I don't rock with them. I don't even need to get into that right now, because it's all about the Catholic Church and the Pope and all these pretenders, right? But anyways, No Fugazi, right, which is a podcast that deals with traditionalism, right? No Fugazi is a podcast where they invite, anywhere between like 2 to 6 women to their podcast, and they have a conversation. And essentially, their mission statement is to, and I'm paraphrasing, right, is to essentially bring back traditionalism to where, there's a hierarchy. God, men, women, then children, right? And that we're all supposed to play our roles. We're supposed to play our proper roles as men, women, husbands and wives. Now, essentially, they debate what they call modern women, which are women who have conformed to today's society and have left a lot of the traditionalism behind, right? They no longer want to participate in a lot of these traditional roles. We see this with a lot of our young women. So anyways, in this, y'all have to forgive me, I am driving. So, sometimes I may pause. Sometimes I may repeat myself multiple times or lose my train of thought because I'm out here trying to dodge these vehicles. But anyways, in the No Fugazi, this debate, it was No Fugazi, it was the brother from No Fugazi, and then it was like this white Christian dude who was a part of the Whatever podcast. That's what it's called, Whatever Podcast. They were on the same side, and they were debating against Gorilla Hebrew and Captain Tazaria. And essentially, they were explaining what they were, right? That they were Hebrew Israelites. And I'm not sure, I can't remember Don't quote me on it, but I believe that I think the white guy, or maybe it was Cooley from No Fugazi, he asked them if they were prophets, right? If Captain Cesaria and Gorilla Hebrew were prophets, and they say yes. And essentially, the white guy, the white Christian dude from whatever podcast in Lil Fugazi was, scoffing. It was like, no, you can't be prophets because Christ was the last prophet. Now, I agree with them to a certain extent, right? I agree with them in the sense that I don't think that Captain Cesaria and Gorilla Hebrew are prophets. That's debatable. That's very debatable, right? But what I disagree with them on is the fact that they said that Christ was the last prophet. I'm like, damn, what Bible are you guys reading? Obviously, y'all ain't reading in the Bible. Hey, the scripture says that in the last days, and I'm paraphrasing, in the last days, your sons and daughters shall prophesy, and your old men shall dream dreams. So right there just kills that whole damn argument. But Captain Cesaria, of course, killed the scripture, But the reason why I brought that up is because these people, they are not spiritual in the same sense that we are. We truly seek after the Most High, while these people seek after religion. This is why they deify and they lift up people in the same position as Christ and even God, because they deify the Pope. Let's just keep it a buck, man. They deify the Pope. They see the Pope as their God. These people, they have many gods, right? They worship Mary. And they just got done celebrating their holiday, which is Easter, which celebrate Ishtar. And from our research, and my research is always my opinion. It's not the truth, and I'm very clear about that. It's just what my understanding is based on the research. But from our research, Easter is based off of Ishtar, okay? Ishtar can go back to so many different things, but from what I understand is that Easter goes back to Ishtar. Ishtar, in origin, is Pistis Sophia. And the thing is that Pistis, she doesn't want to be worshipped. So if you guys watch any of my videos, you know that I believe that there are many gods. There are many gods. And that the King of gods and the God of gods, just like Scripture clearly tells you, is the God of Israel. He is the God of gods. He's the King of gods. He sits above all the other gods that are in a certain part of heaven, right? And anybody who have read the Coptic, the Gnostic scripture knows that there is the God of Israel, and then there's the Most High. So if any of y'all hear me say the Most High or the God of Israel, as if they're two different entities, it's because they are and they aren't at the same time, right? Because y'all have to understand that there is a world, if you will. There is a spiritual side of this physical world. And that is where the God of Israel and a lot of these other gods dwell, right? Then there is a higher heaven. This is why the Bible talks about the third heaven. I believe also it mentions the seventh heaven also, right? Because when Paul died, he went to the third heaven. It says this in Scripture. He went to the third heaven.